Good morning, everybody. Sorry about like the issues we had with technology. I'm Jonas Vilaire. I live here in the U.S. in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a teacher and also part-time an adjunct professor here in the U.S. and also in Mexico. I'm involved in like educational technology. And I'm also a language teacher here in St. Louis. So basically, our research is based on artificial intelligence in in the language classroom here in St. Louis. AI is revolutionizing education by personalizing learning, adapting content, and including marginalized students. As we can see, it is already here. It's not a future promise, but a reality that many teachers have begun to incorporate into their daily practice, particularly by personalizing student learning. Basically, what we explored in this study was the aspect where we explored this aspect from a close perspective to a structured questionnaire of 20 open-ended questions applied to 7 elementary and special education teachers at the St. Louis Language Immersion School in Missouri, United States. The instrument itself was designed to gather the opinions on the use of AI in language education, in language instruction, and support for neurodivergent students. It generated a variety of responses. These not only detailed the use of tools like ChatGPT, Canva, or Diffit, but also it revealed a different way of understanding teaching and learning, a way that personalizes, adapts, connects, in some way that listens. To these teacher voices, we recognize practices that adjust content, respect learning rhythms, respond to individual interests, and above all, include those who have long been on the margin of education. This work does not idealize technology, but it illuminates what happens when it is combined with pedagogical sensitivity. The possibility of building classrooms that are more like just, diverse, and human-centered. Thank you. Can you move on to the next part? The next slide, which is the introduction. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So do you want me to go to the next slide, sir?
Yeah. Yes,
Next
please.
slide, please.
Okay.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I still see abstracts on my
Yes.
screen. Nazar,
Hmm.
can you shift it to introduction?
Yeah, that's the next. That will be the next
Yeah, the
slide.
screen is frozen for some reason.
Oh, my
So
God.
I have now, for me, I can see the methodology is open.
Ah, I still see abstracts.
Oh, okay.
So do I.
Uh-huh.
Jonas, you want
But,
the slide that says introduction, yes?
Yes.
okay. Let me share it again. Just 1 second.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Okay. Methodology, right?
No, introduction.
Oh, really? Okay.
Sorry.
What happened? Okay, so I don't know really, but I am, uh, this is what,
رحت
you know,
الكنيسة؟ طب always
1 second. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, screen number 3. Okay. You see methodology now?
No, introduction. It's in
Oh,
methodology now. I was kind of
The previous slide, I think, Nazar.
the previous one. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, yeah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah,
Okay, yeah.
salam tek
Thank you.
Habib.
Thank
Alhamdulillah,
you.
salam.
Yeah.
Hopi
So
pela kitsikam.
it is no surprise that
Bye.
like I is basically reshaping education. We all agree on that. Like many of the presenters today, like mentioned it. So education and formal teaching are no longer the same. So we can say that like the AI's role in personalizing content and overcoming learning barriers for neurodivergent learners has introduced new perspective in language teaching. So as you can see, these are the key aspects of AI integration in education, according to the authors that we consulted. First one being educational transformation. Second one, content customization. Third, language learning support. These were the three positive aspects. But there are also some negative aspects which we need to pay attention to that were also mentioned today in the previous presentations. There is a digital divide and some ethical concerns. We will discuss these points more at length in the following slides. So, is there a chance you could move to technology, to methodology now, please? Thank you very much. So, in terms of methodology, what did we do? Well, the methodology consisted of statistical analysis and thematic review of responses to a structured questionnaire titled Artificial Intelligence, Language Learning, and Neurodivergent Students in K 12, collected at the St. Louis Language Immersion School in Missouri. The questionnaire was distributed electronically, and responses were collected between January 9th and 13, 2025. In total, there were 7 teachers who voluntarily participated, and they all responded in English. Their responses were analyzed by theme to identify trends, opinions, experiences, benefits, and challenges in the use of AI in education. What the article highlights is the theme of personalized learning as one of the key possibilities AI offer to teachers in formal classroom education. So let's move on to the next slide, please. Okay, so this is where we're going to pay attention to the to those 6 aspects that we uncovered in the introduction. In the introduction. So let's talk about AI, the educational transformation. So education and formal teaching, we can say like they're no longer the same, as AI pushes institutions to revise pedagogical and administrative models. So they've changed. They're driven by technology that some see as a threat. I mean, I don't know, maybe you, where you work, you know, at least 1 or 2 teachers or professors that are still reclutant, like they're still thinking, they're not confident about like what AI is here for. Some people even like go further to see it as cheating, and others see it as maybe like a threat to our jobs, those who teach, while others may see it as a powerful ally. So this is not a silent revolution, and it has not been absent from discussions about its potential risk as well. In this sense, we can say that AI is transforming how we teach, how we learn, how we evaluate, and above all, how we include each student with the unique threats in the classroom. Therefore, it will become increasingly common to for papers focus on AI in education, especially in ELT, to be published. And a proof of that is when we look at the program and the schedule today. So we've seen a variety of like papers being presented today on AI in ELT and highlighting different aspects. So basically, that's it for so in terms so basically what it means is that like institution or the educational system will have like to change because of AI. and especially the way we teach languages also. Now, let's talk about content customization. AI enables real-time data analysis and tailoring of content to student characteristics. So, in a diverse and a constantly changing education environment shaped by 21st century social and technological advances, adapting content and activities has become an essential education need. Personalizing education and learning is not just a technical shift. It means recognizing the unique characteristics of each student, such as their interests, learning pace, abilities, and cultural context. In this scenario, personalizing learning allows students to find meaning and personal value in what they learn, suggesting an education centered on building the student's life project, according to Diaz in 2021. Emerging technologies like artificial intelligence also provide powerful tools to meet demand. According to Monde in 2024, AI facilitates the analysis of student performance and preferences, offering resources and tasks that are tailored to their profile. This technological capability can lead to increased educational equity, provided that the ethical and technical challenges of its implementation are addressed. And we can say that, like from a pedagogical standpoint, adapting code is not just a technical task. It is also a deeply human act. It means recognizing that each student learns in their own way. Not everyone listens the same, not everyone reads the same. It involves creating experiences that matter, that resonate, that leave a mark. This cannot be achieved with a single method or fixed formulas. Teachers must not only know how to teach, but also how to observe, to change course when necessary, to stimulate from different approaches, and to follow each student's path, even if they differ. Therefore, personalization is not merely a methodological adjustment, it is a radical shift in the mission of teaching. Not all students learn the same way. Some need repetition, others prefer images, some respond better to music or silence. So, due to this diversity in learning, AI, thanks to its adaptability, as highlighted by Iriarte in 2024, now offers something that once seemed a privilege: personalized education at the click of a button. This adaptive perspective, well documented by Wang and Al, not only significantly improves academic performance, but also reduces student anxiety by as much as 20%. Teachers using AI as educational tools report significant improvement in student motivation and understanding. In this sense, AI has been used as authentic and innovative educational resources, allowing content and language to be adapted to each school level and even to individual needs within those levels. Okay, so the scientific literature which supports this. When well designed, AI can open doors that once seemed closed. Thromi and his team in 2023 emphasized that AI has the potential to build deeply inclusive learning environments, not just more flexible or efficient, but truly inclusive. When it comes to individual adjustments, using tools that respond to specific conditions like ADHD, autism spectrum disorder, or dyslexia, and for those who have historically been marginalized, that is no small matter. So the idea is not just theoretical, it is confirmed in practice. The question and responses are clear. All participating teachers agree that like AI has allowed them to adapt content and language to meet the specific needs of their students. One teacher, for example, uses Minecraft, which is like another uses of comic-based math problem. Another creates stories from key sound to stimulate articulation, enunciation. Tools like ChatGPT, Canva, already are no longer promises. They are part of many teachers' daily routines. And for example, a speech therapist share how she uses ChatGPT to create unique resources based on her students' interest. She said, I asked for text with words containing the letter R about Minecraft. adjusted to a third grade reading level. Okay, and another teacher says that like she used chatbots to give her students like practice in the target language when they teach them like any tense in English. So the students have access to practicing tools that like help them like in a different environment. Like you just practice the target language, whatever they learn, in a personalized way. So another aspect is the the negative aspects that we have to mention now, that is the digital divide. uh, it is great when we use like AI in the classroom. We give like our students practice, we give them exposure, like, and the learning about it, teachers are becoming more proficient. But when it comes to accessibility, this can be an issue because some people can have access, some schools can have access to these tools based on their zip codes and their geographical position, which create a divide. So it's not equitable. So that's one of the aspects we need to focus on to make sure that everyone has like the same exposure, the same access to AI. There are also some ethical concerns. I remember that was maybe three presentations before mine. One colleague mentioned like some bias issues, gender bias, racial bias that may come with text produced by AI. So all of these calls for yes, adoption of AI, but also like we need to be careful, and both teachers and student should be trained. A reason why we finish this the last aspect with like call for balance. So human elements are very important when it comes like to using AI for effective transformation. So an opportunity is that like AI requires collaborative, inclusive, and ethical approaches. Can we move on to the next slide, please? So in the part of discussion, we focus on how like personalization fosters like autonomy and inclusion. Success depends on training. So teachers must be trained, also student, also staff members, including administrators, and interdisciplinary collaboration. Caution is also advised against like over reliance on AI, which could diminish the role of educators. That is to say, like educators not teaching anymore, just like producing text, sending like presentation to students, and like letting chatbots like do the job. So we're not like this is not like we are recommending. We recommending that like there's a combination of like teachers work, observation, and in creating a learning environment, a learning experience for the student. Okay, can we move on to the next slide? So as we can see now, the different types of AI personalization reported by teachers. So we see that like AI allow like real-time customization and personalization. So like there were like three teachers that I mentioned the interest as being like important. Two teachers talk about like the multi-level scaffolded, and goal specific was mentioned by one teacher, and another teacher felt like that AI enables like the individualization of task. Thank you. Can we move on to the next? So when it comes like to most common AI tools used by teacher, so ChatGPT came as first, like used by like five teacher, and the rest of the teachers, like at least one teacher mentioned like both like Magic School, iReady, Canva, Genially, Kahoot, Gemini, Claude, Notebook Elm, Copilot, Grammarly, and Canva. Thank you. Can we move on? The next one. So AI platforms enhance attention and comprehension using visuals and adaptive strategies. Technologies like native learning cater to sensory needs. Some challenges, include like algorithmic bias and lack of inclusive data sets. So that, as we mentioned earlier, so these need to be we need to be careful with this. So that's why it is always recommended, like when a text is produced, like for teacher to check it for bias. And also, it's a good idea to train students using to train students in the use of AI, and also like inform them about like bias that is also present in AI, and also maybe like train them in identifying bias in text. Okay. So we have AI used for supporting neurodivergent students. So we got like two teachers who say that like it's adaptive, individualized tools, and general affirmation. And while one teacher like say that like supports sensory clinical approaches, ADHD, and engagement strategies. Let's move on. Next slide. So we can conclude that AI does offer transformative potential in language education. Yes, it is a pedagogy in motion, a practical and in many cases intuitive appropriation of artificial intelligence by teachers who, without receiving formal training in the subject, have learned to use this tool to address diversity. They respond emotionally to their students, and they also enhance their teaching and learning experience. Is this theory? No. Basically, what this is a living practice. This is the didactics. And the emergence of AI in education is already here. It is advancing, it is changing roles, approaches, in classrooms. So, what does it do to the teacher? It transforms them. They are no longer just transmitters of knowledge. Now they mediate, they design, they decide, they reflect, and they adapt. So, and AI does not come to replace the teacher as a profession. It comes if we allow it to nourish it, to expand its reach, to strengthen that unique ability good teachers have, to read between the lines, to look into students' eyes, to make each one feel that their path matters. And in that broader horizon where algorithms, decisions, and dreams intersect, what is at stake is not just the future of education. It is its soul, its potential to be just, inclusive, and deeply human. Thank you very much. That's the end.